Touched the wrong button. Part 2 of the long roots. If you haven't seen the first one, nip back to have a look at that. So what am I doing differently this time? I'm putting the lip over this time because I put it inside. It's so much easier on the inside, but trouble is weed seeds do grow and the weeds roots get me completely confused. These are the holes that I drilled when I first started doing long roots to add the water. That didn't work, so we now irrigate from the top. And I'll give it a quick test, all working okay. Compost a little bit dry, so I'm going to hand water until the seedlings germinate and have a nice long taproot. That way they'll survive a lot better. So I'm going to be planting today the parsnip Gladiator F1. I've got a new pack of seeds there. I've got an old pack. It still says sow by, you know, in another couple of years, but parsnips are notoriously difficult to germinate. The April cross for the Moulay radish, that'll be sown on the longest day because they tend to go to seed. And we've got Medwin's carrot and Medwin's long black beetroot. Now these aren't any special seeds, they're just seeds that we use that I feel are best, and get a nice long taproot. I'll put the Malvern playlist on the end screen for you to have a little look at to see what we can achieve. Well, the seeds are sown. I'll keep a close eye on them, make sure we get a decent germination, and then we will select the best one. In the past I've missed a carrot and ended up having 2 growing, and as you know, 2 in one space doesn't grow as well as 1, so I've just got to be really diligent there. Need to cover the pond over now, and I'll keep an eye on the bottoms of the gutters to make sure the water's running through a little bit later on. We'll hand water for now. The seedlings are delicate, we don't want to wash them away. And I've even noticed today that I haven't even plugged the microphone in. Been turning it round forwards and backwards. It's not plugged in, so apologies for that. I don't edit, so you get what you see from me. We've got all the wood chips down, and I've got a new floor in my shed. There we go. The old wooden cupboards have gone. These pull-out metal drawers are in, and I've piled all the mess up there. Hopefully I'll get sorted if I get time. It's a lovely sunny evening, but it's been April showers, high winds, not the April that we're used to. So we've got the carrots to do and the parsnips. Got to get those sown. I should do one bay at a time, so where you see the blue pipes, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successional sowing, but I'm going to start them a little bit earlier this year. So we'll use the dibber on the carrots and the crowbar on the parsnips, so if you want to watch out for that one will be coming soon. The asparagus is doing well. I've been taking as much as I can when I can, and I'm going to put little markers and next to any of the crowns that aren't doing well. I'm having a go at growing some more from seed, from some seed that I had sent me by some fellow creators. The ground dries out and then it gets soaking wet again, so I'm hoping now in the next couple of days to get these beds topped up, because my giant veg are desperate to get out, and the tulips are now looking nice, been blown and battered about. I would say another few days and they'll all be open, and I can't believe the amount of blossom we've got. Hopefully there'll be enough pollinators about to get a few fruits to set. but it definitely does look lovely, and most of those blue flowers now are going over, but I've had a nice display. As you've seen in a previous video, I've bought all my potatoes up. The condors and Picasso will be going in there for a giant spud. We'll be growing some condors in those barrels as well, and the rest of the potatoes will have my homemade compost, soil from the Wildflower Wildlife Garden, 2 piles of, some of the compost that we find unscrupulously fly tipped in various containers, and down there's what we bagged up when we found quite a good load that maybe the council had took them out of the containers and just dumped it on the verge. Well, thank you, I'll help myself to that. 4-year-old wood chips. As you can see, there's quite a few seedlings coming through that, and I believe they're all the black currants. Let's give it a rub in my fingers and see if we can smell the black currants. No, can only smell my soil. So 4-year-old wood chips. Two-year-old leaf mould. It's quite dry in here. Well, it will be because I'm collecting the rainwater. This is the compost that we made last year using the same ingredients that I'm talking about now. This is the cannabis compost with the added perlite in. I've only ever bought a small bag of perlite. Everything you see on my allotment is what we've got from the finds. Found a couple of old scaffold planks, coming useful, and then we've got the cocoa coir. We'll be using some of that I've already sifted in the carrots and parsnip holes. But yeah, that's for the potatoes, and there's the sifted cocoa coir. Very dry, but when I make the holes with a crowbar for the parsnips, the moisture that's within the pallet collars, the soil, will soak into that. There's no nutrients in the cocoa coir as far as I'm aware, and that taproot one will go right to the bottom. We've already rejuvenated the manure layer, which is at roughly the top of pallet collar 1, and we'll have parsnips throughout the year. I've still got 2 parsnips left, and I'll be revealing those at the same time as I start to sow or to prepare the parsnip bed. Same with the carrots. We've still got probably 100 carrots left. It's been that cold and blowy that it's really scorched the leaves on these poor crimson broad beans that we originally had off Marie Curie. I'll keep those going, and last year the black fly didn't attack them as bad as my others. I think everybody had early black fly. That's why we try and overwinter them. But really, these need to be put in the polytunnel, bought out, and then some Enviromesh put around them to keep the old wind chill off them. I bought impulsively another lot of these onion sets. I think there was about 20 good ones, only £1, but they've now infilled. They've rooted in the cell trays, and I've dotted them wherever I've got a space. That's my motto. Not a 4-year rotation, it's find a space, fill it. Please remember a thumbs up, thumbs down for the interaction before you leave today. If you're still here, leave me a comment and on the end screen of this video you'll see the Malvern autumn show, the giant vegetables, and anything else that I think you might find interesting. And why not consider subscribing? See what I get up to. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.